Ladies and gentlemen, today we discuss an important yet often misunderstood subject: understanding the emotional, psychological, and physical vulnerabilities of women. As men, acknowledging these aspects is not about exploiting them, but about fostering deeper respect, empathy, and stronger relationships. Women are naturally more emotionally sensitive than men, often experiencing emotions on a deeper level. This sensitivity is not a weakness, but rather a strength that allows them to form deep connections with others. However, it also means that they can be more affected by words, actions, and even subtle changes in tone or behavior. What may seem like a small remark to a man can feel significant to a woman, leading to moments of hurt or self-doubt. One of the reasons for this heightened emotional sensitivity is the way women process emotions. Studies have shown that the female brain has stronger connections between the emotional and cognitive regions, making women more likely to feel and express emotions vividly. This can be a beautiful trait, allowing them to be empathetic and compassionate, but it can also make them more vulnerable to emotional distress. Because of their emotional depth, women often overanalyze situations, searching for hidden meanings in conversations or actions. This is why misunderstandings in relationships can become bigger issues if not handled with care. A simple delay in responding to a text message or a change in a partner's mood can make a woman feel uneasy, even if no harm was intended. Another aspect of emotional sensitivity is the way women react to criticism. While constructive criticism can be helpful, women may take negative feedback more personally, especially when it comes to things they deeply care about. Whether it's about their appearance, work, or personal choices, harsh words can linger in their minds for a long time, affecting their self-esteem and confidence. Women also experience emotions in cycles, partly due to hormonal changes throughout the month. These fluctuations can make them more sensitive at certain times, causing them to react more emotionally than usual. It is important for men to be patient and understanding during these moments, offering reassurance rather than dismissing their feelings as irrational. One of the most overlooked aspects of emotional sensitivity is how it affects a woman's ability to trust. If she has been hurt in the past, she may build emotional walls to protect herself. A man who is inconsistent, distant, or dismissive of her feelings can reinforce these fears, making it harder for her to open up. On the other hand, a man who listens and responds with kindness can create a safe space for her to express herself freely. Additionally, emotional sensitivity often means that women feel deeply for those around them. They absorb the emotions of their loved ones, feeling joy when others are happy and pain when they suffer. This is why women tend to be the emotional caretakers in relationships, offering comfort and support even when they themselves are struggling. It is also important to recognize that emotional sensitivity can sometimes lead to emotional exhaustion. Because women invest so much of their energy into caring for others, they may neglect their own well-being. This is why they appreciate partners who offer emotional support in return, reminding them that their feelings are just as important as those they care for. Men who understand and respect a woman's emotional sensitivity can build deeper, more meaningful relationships. Instead of seeing it as a weakness, they should recognize it as a part of what makes women unique. By being mindful of their words and actions, showing patience, and offering genuine emotional support, men can create stronger bonds built on trust and understanding. Overthinking is one of the most common struggles that women face, often leading to unnecessary stress and anxiety. Their minds can become overwhelmed with possibilities, scenarios, and what-ifs, making even simple decisions feel complicated. This tendency to overanalyze can stem from a desire for control, clarity, or emotional security. While it helps women be detail-oriented and prepared, it can also cause them to dwell on things that might not even happen. One of the biggest triggers for overthinking is relationships. Women often replay conversations in their minds, analyzing every word, tone, and expression. A simple goodnight text that lacks an emoji or affectionate wording might make her wonder if something is wrong. If her partner seems distant or less talkative, she might assume he is upset, even if he is just tired or distracted. These constant thoughts can lead to emotional exhaustion and unnecessary worry. Overthinking is also linked to self-doubt. Women may question their own decisions, wondering if they made the right choice in their careers, friendships, or even daily interactions. They might worry about how others perceive them, fearing that they said the wrong thing or made a bad impression. This insecurity can be intensified by social expectations, making women feel like they have to be perfect in every aspect of their lives. Social media and societal pressures also contribute to this cycle of overthinking. Women are constantly bombarded with images of perfection, flawless bodies, successful careers, and seemingly perfect relationships. This comparison can make them second-guess their own worth, leading to anxiety about whether they are good enough. The fear of not meeting these unrealistic standards can create a constant loop of self-doubt and worry. Anxiety from overthinking is not just emotional, it can have physical effects as well. Constant stress can lead to headaches, insomnia, and even digestive issues. Women who overthink often struggle with sleeping because their minds won't turn off. They replay past conversations, worry about the future, and struggle to find peace in the present moment. This can lead to chronic fatigue, affecting their mood and overall well-being. Another common cause of overthinking is the fear of making mistakes. Women tend to be hard on themselves when they make an error, replaying the situation in their minds and thinking about what they should have done differently. They may worry about how others perceive their mistakes, fearing judgment or criticism. This fear of failure can sometimes hold them back from taking risks or stepping out of their comfort zones. Women also tend to overthink because they care deeply about the people in their lives. If a loved one is upset or going through a hard time, they may feel responsible for finding a solution or offering support. They worry about how their words and actions affect others, sometimes taking on burdens that are not theirs to carry. While this empathy is a beautiful trait, it can also lead to emotional burnout. One of the biggest challenges with overthinking is that it can create problems that don't actually exist. Women may interpret harmless situations as signs of trouble, leading to unnecessary stress in relationships, friendships, and work. A delay in response from a friend, or a sudden change in someone's behavior can make them assume the worst, even if there is a logical explanation. This habit of jumping to conclusions can sometimes cause misunderstandings and unnecessary conflicts. Men who recognize this tendency in women can offer reassurance and patience. Instead of dismissing their concerns as overreacting, a simple conversation and some comforting words can help ease their minds. Women need to feel heard and understood, especially when their thoughts spiral into overthinking. By offering emotional support and consistency, men can help them feel more secure and at peace. Women often struggle with insecurities about their appearance due to the high beauty standards set by society. From a young age, they are bombarded with images of flawless actresses and influencers, making them feel pressured to look a certain way. The constant exposure to these unrealistic ideals can lead to self-doubt and dissatisfaction with their own bodies. Even the most confident women have moments where they feel they are not beautiful enough, which can affect their self-esteem and overall well-being. One of the main reasons women feel insecure about their looks is the emphasis placed on physical beauty in social interactions. Compliments, attention, and even professional opportunities are often linked to appearance, making women feel as though they must meet certain standards to be valued. This pressure can make them overly critical of themselves, noticing every flaw that others might not even see. Social media has only intensified these insecurities. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok are filled with edited and filtered images that create an illusion of perfection. Many women compare themselves to these unattainable beauty standards, forgetting that most of what they see is heavily altered. This comparison can lead to feelings of inadequacy, making them feel as though they are not attractive or desirable enough. Another major factor contributing to appearance-related insecurities is the beauty industry itself. Cosmetic brands, skincare companies, and even fitness programs often use marketing strategies that prey on women's insecurities, convincing them that they need certain products or treatments to be beautiful. Whether it's anti-aging creams, weight loss supplements, or cosmetic procedures, women are constantly encouraged to change or fix their natural appearance. Insecurity about appearance is not just about beauty, it can also be tied to deeper emotional struggles. A woman who feels unattractive may believe she is not worthy of love or attention. She might fear that her partner will lose interest in her or compare her to other women. This fear can lead to jealousy, self-doubt, and even relationship conflicts, as she seeks reassurance that she is still desirable and appreciated. Women's insecurities about their looks also fluctuate based on different life stages. Teenage girls may feel pressure to fit into certain beauty trends, while adult women may worry about aging, weight gain, or changes in their appearance after pregnancy. Each stage of life brings new challenges, making it difficult for women to feel completely satisfied with how they look. Criticism, whether direct or indirect, can deeply affect a woman's self-esteem. A simple remark about weight, skin, or clothing can stay with her for years, shaping the way she views herself. Even joking comments from friends, family, or partners can reinforce insecurities, making her feel as though she will never be good enough. This is why words should be chosen carefully when discussing a woman's appearance. On the other hand, genuine compliments and reassurance can have a powerful impact. When a woman hears that she is beautiful not just physically, but in her personality and presence, it helps to counteract the negative thoughts she has about herself. Small affirmations like noticing a new hairstyle or appreciating her efforts in self-care can boost her confidence and make her feel valued. Men who understand a woman's insecurities about her appearance can play a significant role in helping her feel more comfortable in her own skin. Instead of focusing on societal beauty standards, they can remind her that her true beauty lies in her uniqueness, personality, and the way she carries herself. By showing consistent love and appreciation, they can help her embrace her natural beauty with confidence. Women naturally seek deep emotional connections in their relationships, whether it be with a partner, family member, or close friend. Unlike men, who may prioritize logic and practicality, women often value feelings, affection, and meaningful communication. This emotional bond helps them feel secure, appreciated, and understood. Without it, they may feel disconnected or unimportant, leading to doubts about their relationships. One of the primary ways women build emotional connections is through communication. They enjoy heartfelt conversations where they can express their thoughts, share their experiences, and feel truly heard. When a man listens attentively, asks questions, and responds with genuine interest, it strengthens the bond between them. On the other hand, if a man is dismissive or uninterested, a woman may feel neglected, making her question the depth of the relationship. Affection is another crucial part of emotional connection. Small gestures like holding hands, hugging, or even a thoughtful text message can mean a lot to a woman. These acts of love reassure her that she is valued and cherished. When affection is lacking, she might start to wonder if her partner's feelings have changed, leading to insecurity and emotional distance. Consistency plays a huge role in emotional connection as well. Women appreciate partners who are reliable and emotionally present. A man who is affectionate one day but distant the next can create confusion and instability in a woman's mind. This unpredictability can make her feel anxious, causing her to overthink the relationship and question whether she is truly loved. Trust is deeply tied to emotional connection. When a woman trusts someone, she feels safe enough to be vulnerable and open about her emotions. However, if that trust is broken, whether through dishonesty, neglect, or emotional withdrawal, it can take a long time for her to rebuild that connection. She may become guarded, fearing that opening up again will only lead to more pain. Women also crave emotional depth in their relationships, meaning they want to share more than just surface-level interactions. They appreciate when their partner is willing to talk about their dreams, fears, and feelings rather than just discussing daily routines. A man who can connect with her on this level will make her feel truly understood and appreciated, strengthening their bond. Another key aspect of emotional connection is reassurance. Women like to hear words of affirmation, whether it's an "I love you" or compliment, or simply a reminder that they are important. It's not about seeking constant validation, but rather about feeling emotionally secure. When a man provides this reassurance, it eliminates unnecessary doubts and strengthens trust. Emotional connection is not just about words, it's also about actions. A man who makes an effort to spend quality time with his partner, supports her during tough times, and prioritizes her well-being demonstrates that he genuinely cares. Women notice and appreciate these small acts, which build emotional intimacy over time. Men who understand a woman's need for emotional connection can create a healthier and happier relationship. Instead of assuming that love is only about physical attraction or financial stability, they recognize that emotions play a vital role. By being present, affectionate, and emotionally available, they can make a woman feel truly valued and loved. Many women struggle with saying no because they are naturally nurturing and empathetic. They often prioritize the needs of others over their own, fearing that rejecting a request might hurt someone's feelings or cause conflict. This tendency can make them feel overwhelmed as they take on more than they can handle just to keep others happy. One major reason women find it hard to say no is societal conditioning. From a young age, many girls are taught to be polite, accommodating, and agreeable. They learn that being kind and cooperative is expected of them, and as a result, they may feel guilty when asserting themselves. This conditioning makes it difficult for women to prioritize their own needs without feeling selfish. Women also struggle with saying no because they fear disappointing people. Whether it's a friend asking for a favor, a family member needing help, or a boss assigning extra work, they don't want to let anyone down. This pressure to always be available can lead to exhaustion, as they spread themselves too thin, trying to meet everyone's expectations. Another factor that contributes to this difficulty is the fear of conflict. Some women worry that saying no will make them seem rude, uncooperative, or even ungrateful. They may avoid confrontation at all costs, agreeing to things they don't want to do just to maintain peace. This fear can prevent them from setting healthy boundaries, leading to frustration and resentment over time. In relationships, the inability to say no can be especially challenging. A woman may agree to things she is uncomfortable with simply to avoid upsetting her partner. Whether it's agreeing to plans she doesn't enjoy or tolerating behaviors that bother her, she may struggle to voice her true feelings. This can create an imbalance in the relationship, where she constantly sacrifices her own happiness for the sake of keeping the peace. At work, women often find it difficult to decline additional tasks, even when they are already overwhelmed. They may feel pressured to prove their worth, fearing that saying no will make them appear incapable or unwilling to contribute. This can lead to burnout as they take on excessive workloads without setting limits. Over time, this can affect their mental and physical well-being. Another reason women hesitate to say no is the fear of being judged. Society often labels assertive women as difficult or bossy, while men who set boundaries are seen as strong and confident. This double standard makes it harder for women to assert themselves without worrying about negative perceptions. As a result, many choose to stay silent rather than risk being criticized. However, constantly saying yes can have negative consequences. Women who struggle to set boundaries may find themselves feeling overwhelmed, unappreciated, and even taken advantage of. Over time, this can lead to emotional exhaustion and resentment, as they realize they are always prioritizing others while neglecting their own needs. Men who understand this struggle can support the women in their lives by encouraging them to set boundaries without guilt. Instead of expecting constant agreement, they can reassure women that their needs and opinions matter too. By fostering a relationship built on mutual respect, men can help women feel more comfortable asserting themselves and saying no when necessary. Many women experience a deep-rooted fear of abandonment, which can affect their relationships, self-esteem, and overall emotional well-being. This fear often stems from past experiences, childhood trauma, or insecurities about their worth. Even in healthy relationships, a woman with this fear may constantly worry about being left behind, leading to emotional distress and anxiety. One of the main causes of the fear of abandonment is childhood experiences. Women who grew up in unstable households, experienced neglect, or had caregivers who were emotionally unavailable may develop an intense fear of being left alone. If a father figure was absent or a mother was distant, it can create a subconscious belief that love is temporary and unreliable. This belief follows them into adulthood, affecting how they form and maintain relationships. Past relationship trauma also plays a significant role in abandonment fears. A woman who has been cheated on, ghosted, or suddenly left by a previous partner may carry the emotional scars into her future relationships. Even if her current partner is loving and committed, she may still fear history repeating itself. This can lead to trust issues, jealousy, and a constant need for reassurance. Women with a fear of abandonment often seek validation from their partners. They may need frequent reminders that they are loved, wanted, and important. If their partner becomes distant or distracted, even for a short time, it can trigger anxiety. Small changes in behavior, such as a delayed response to a text or a cancelled plan, can make them feel unwanted or at risk of being left. This fear can also lead to people-pleasing behavior. A woman who is afraid of abandonment may go to great lengths to keep others happy, even at the expense of her own needs. She may avoid conflict, suppress her true feelings, or tolerate unhealthy behavior just to ensure that her partner or friends don't leave her. Over time, this can create an imbalance in relationships where she constantly gives without receiving the same effort in return. Jealousy and insecurity are common side effects of abandonment fears. A woman may feel threatened by her partner's interactions with others, even if there is no real reason to be concerned. She might overanalyze conversations, worry about being replaced, or seek constant reassurance that she is still loved. While this behavior comes from a place of deep emotional pain, it can sometimes push people away, creating the very outcome she fears. Another challenge is emotional dependence. A woman with a fear of abandonment may become overly attached to her partner, relying on them for happiness, security, and self-worth. If the relationship faces difficulties, she may feel as though her world is falling apart. This intense attachment can make breakups or separations incredibly painful, leading to emotional breakdowns and difficulty moving on. Even in friendships, the fear of abandonment can manifest. A woman may feel anxious if a close friend starts spending more time with someone else or doesn't check in as often. She might interpret normal life changes such as a friend getting married or moving away as a sign that she is being forgotten. This can lead to clinginess, passive-aggressive behavior, or an inability to form deep connections out of fear of eventual loss. Men who understand this fear can help their partners feel more secure by offering consistency, open communication, and emotional reassurance. Instead of dismissing her worries as irrational, they can provide comfort and understanding. By building a relationship based on trust, honesty, and emotional safety, men can help women overcome their fear of abandonment and develop healthier, more secure connections. Hormonal fluctuations play a significant role in a woman's physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Throughout different stages of life such as puberty, menstruation, pregnancy, and menopause, women experience shifts in hormone levels that can affect their mood, energy, and overall health. These changes are completely natural, but can sometimes be overwhelming, leading to mood swings, fatigue, and heightened emotions. One of the most noticeable effects of hormonal fluctuations is mood swings. Women may feel happy and energized one moment, only to experience irritability, sadness, or anxiety shortly after. These emotional shifts are often linked to changes in estrogen and progesterone levels, which influence the brain's neurotransmitters, including serotonin and dopamine. When these hormones fluctuate, they can lead to feelings of frustration, restlessness, or even unexplained sadness. Hormonal changes also affect physical health in various ways. Many women experience bloating, headaches, or body aches as their hormone levels rise and fall. During menstruation, for example, a drop in progesterone and estrogen can lead to fatigue and cramps, making even simple daily tasks feel exhausting. Some women also struggle with hormonal acne, which can impact their self-esteem and confidence. Another common effect of hormonal fluctuations is increased sensitivity. Women may find themselves reacting more strongly to situations that wouldn't typically bother them. A simple comment, a stressful event, or even a sentimental movie can trigger deep emotions. This sensitivity is not a sign of weakness, but rather a natural response to hormonal changes affecting emotional regulation. Sleep patterns can also be disrupted by hormonal shifts. Many women experience difficulty sleeping before their period or during menopause due to fluctuations in melatonin and cortisol levels. Restless nights can lead to daytime fatigue, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. The lack of proper rest further amplifies emotional instability, creating a cycle of exhaustion and mood swings. Cravings and appetite changes are another side effect of hormonal fluctuations. Women may crave sugary or salty foods, especially before menstruation, as their bodies seek comfort and energy during hormonal dips. While these cravings are normal, they can sometimes lead to overeating or feelings of guilt, contributing to stress and self-criticism. Balancing nutrition during these times can help stabilize mood and energy levels. Hormonal imbalances can also impact relationships. A woman experiencing hormonal shifts may not always understand why she feels emotional, anxious, or irritated. This can lead to misunderstandings with her partner, friends, or family. If those around her do not recognize the impact of hormones, they may misinterpret her emotions as overreacting or being overly sensitive, which can create tension in relationships. In addition to affecting mood and emotions, hormonal fluctuations can also lead to decreased motivation and energy. A woman who is usually active and productive may suddenly feel sluggish, unmotivated, or overwhelmed for no apparent reason. This can be frustrating, especially when she has responsibilities to fulfill but lacks the mental and physical energy to do so. Men who understand the effects of hormonal fluctuations can provide better support and patience during these times. Instead of dismissing mood swings or emotional reactions as irrational, they can show empathy and offer reassurance. Simple gestures like listening, providing comfort, and being patient can make a huge difference in helping a woman navigate the challenges of hormonal changes. Many women struggle with an over-reliance on validation, seeking approval from others to feel confident, valued, and worthy. This need for external reassurance can stem from societal expectations, childhood experiences, or personal insecurities. While everyone enjoys feeling appreciated, constantly depending on others' opinions for self-worth can lead to emotional instability and self-doubt. One of the main reasons women seek validation is the pressure to meet beauty and societal standards. From a young age, they are exposed to messages that their appearance, achievements, and behavior determine their value. Compliments and positive feedback can provide a temporary confidence boost, but when self-worth becomes entirely dependent on external opinions, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy when validation is lacking. Social media has intensified this reliance on validation. Many women feel the pressure to post carefully curated images, seek likes, and gain approval from followers. The instant gratification of positive comments and attention can be addictive, but it also creates a cycle of self-doubt when engagement is lower than expected. The comparison to influencers and celebrities only deepens the feeling that they must constantly prove their worth. This need for validation can also affect romantic relationships. A woman who heavily depends on her partner's approval may feel anxious if she doesn't receive frequent compliments or reassurance. If her partner is emotionally distant or forgets to acknowledge her efforts, she may start questioning whether she is loved or valued, even if there is no real reason for concern. This insecurity can lead to unnecessary conflicts and emotional exhaustion. At work, an over-reliance on validation can make women hesitant to take risks or voice their opinions. They may seek constant approval from bosses or colleagues, fearing criticism or rejection. This can hold them back from pursuing leadership roles or opportunities that require confidence and self-assurance. The fear of failure often prevents them from fully realizing their potential. Friendships can also be affected by a strong need for validation. A woman may feel hurt or left out if her friends don't frequently check in, compliment her, or show appreciation for her efforts. This can cause unnecessary tension as she may interpret normal behavior as a sign of neglect or disinterest. Over time, this dependency can put a strain on friendships, making them feel one-sided. Another consequence of seeking constant validation is the tendency to change one's personality to fit in. A woman may suppress her true thoughts, interests, or opinions to gain acceptance from others. Instead of embracing her uniqueness, she may mold herself into what she believes others want her to be. This can lead to an identity crisis where she struggles to recognize her authentic self. The emotional toll of over-reliance on validation can be overwhelming. When approval is not received, it can trigger self-doubt, sadness, or even anxiety. A woman may feel unworthy or question her value simply because others did not provide the affirmation she was seeking. This constant need for reassurance can create an exhausting cycle of emotional highs and lows. Men who understand this struggle can help women build self-confidence by encouraging them to value themselves without needing outside approval. Instead of offering validation only when prompted, they can support their partners in recognizing their own strengths. Helping a woman see her worth beyond external praise can lead to greater self-assurance and a healthier sense of self-esteem. Many women enter relationships with high expectations, believing that love should be filled with romance, deep emotional connection, and unwavering commitment. These expectations are often shaped by movies, books, and societal ideals that portray relationships as perfect fairy tales. While having standards is important, unrealistic expectations can sometimes lead to disappointment, frustration, and strain in relationships. One of the main areas where women have high expectations is emotional availability. They often desire a partner who is attentive, communicative, and deeply engaged in the relationship. They expect their partner to listen, understand their emotions, and offer constant reassurance. However, not all men are naturally expressive with their feelings, which can lead to misunderstandings and feelings of neglect. Romantic gestures also play a significant role in relationship expectations. Many women hope for spontaneous dates, surprise gifts, heartfelt messages, and continuous affection. They may believe that grand romantic gestures are proof of love, but when these expectations are not met, they may feel unappreciated. The reality is that love is often shown in small, everyday actions rather than dramatic displays. Another common expectation is effort and consistency. Women often want their partner to maintain the same level of excitement and attentiveness as in the early stages of the relationship. They expect good morning texts, thoughtful conversations, and consistent attention. However, as relationships mature, daily responsibilities and routines may reduce these gestures, leading to feelings of dissatisfaction if expectations are not adjusted. Financial stability and ambition are also high expectations in many relationships. Women may look for a partner who is successful, financially responsible, and driven. They want to feel secure and reassured that their partner has a plan for the future. While financial responsibility is important, placing too much emphasis on material success can overshadow other valuable qualities like loyalty, kindness, and emotional support. Some women also expect their partner to intuitively understand their needs without having to express them. They believe that a truly loving partner should be able to read between the lines and anticipate their desires. When a man fails to do so, they may feel unimportant or unloved. However, clear communication is essential in relationships, and expecting a partner to always know what's on their mind can lead to unnecessary frustration. Commitment and loyalty are areas where women hold high expectations as well. They often want a partner who is completely devoted, prioritizes the relationship, and remains emotionally and physically faithful. While these expectations are reasonable, some women may become overly sensitive to harmless interactions, such as their partner speaking to an attractive colleague or spending time with friends. This heightened vigilance can lead to trust issues and unnecessary tension. Many women also expect their partner to share similar views on family, marriage, and long-term goals. They envision a future with a specific timeline for engagement, marriage, and children. If their partner does not share the same vision or moves at a slower pace, they may feel anxious or uncertain about the relationship's future. This can create pressure and strain, especially if expectations are not openly discussed. Men who understand the impact of high expectations can navigate relationships more effectively by fostering open communication and setting realistic goals. Instead of trying to live up to an unattainable ideal, they can focus on building a genuine connection based on mutual understanding and compromise. A successful relationship is not about perfection, but about learning to appreciate and grow together. Despite differences, many women experience an internal struggle between independence and dependence in different aspects of life, especially in relationships, career choices, and personal growth. On one hand, They take pride in being strong, self-sufficient individuals who can handle challenges on their own. On the other hand, they may also crave emotional support, companionship, and reassurance from their loved ones. Balancing these two opposing desires can be difficult and often leads to emotional conflict. Society plays a major role in shaping this struggle. In modern times, women are encouraged to be independent, ambitious, and self-reliant. They are expected to pursue their careers, make their own decisions, and not rely on anyone else for financial or emotional security. However, traditional values still emphasize the importance of relationships, family, and the idea of finding support in a partner. This clash of expectations creates confusion about what a woman should prioritize, her independence or her emotional needs. In relationships, many women want a partner who respects their independence while also being emotionally available and supportive. They may want to make their own decisions, pursue their personal goals, and maintain their individuality, but at the same time, they appreciate having a partner they can lean on during difficult times. The challenge arises when they feel guilty for relying on their partner too much, or conversely, when they feel frustrated for not receiving enough support. Financial independence is another area women struggle with, balancing self-sufficiency and dependence. Many women work hard to earn their own money, build successful careers, and avoid being financially reliant on anyone. However, in relationships or family situations, they may also appreciate when their partner provides financial stability. This can lead to an internal conflict where they want to contribute equally but also enjoy the security that comes from a supportive partner. Emotional dependence can be especially challenging. Women often seek validation, comfort, and emotional connection in their relationships. When they become too emotionally dependent on their partner, they may feel insecure or anxious if they do not receive enough attention or reassurance. On the other hand, if they try to suppress their emotional needs to appear strong and independent, they may feel lonely and disconnected. Finding a healthy balance between emotional vulnerability and self-reliance is key to maintaining a fulfilling relationship. Parenting and family dynamics also contribute to this struggle. Many women want to be independent individuals with their own identities outside of being a mother or wife. However, they also feel a strong sense of duty and emotional attachment to their families. Some women put their personal ambitions on hold to focus on caregiving, while others try to juggle both, leading to stress and exhaustion. The pressure to do it all can create feelings of guilt, no matter which path they choose. Friendships can also be affected by the battle between independence and dependence. Some women enjoy having a close-knit support system and rely on their friends for advice, emotional support, and companionship. However, they may also feel the need to prove that they are capable of handling their problems alone. This can lead to situations where they hesitate to ask for help, even when they truly need it. Another aspect of this struggle is decision-making. Women who value their independence may prefer to make their own choices without seeking approval from others. However, when faced with major life decisions, such as moving to a new city, changing careers, or in a serious relationship, they may seek guidance from their family, friends, or partner. Balancing self-trust with external advice can be difficult, especially when different sources of influence offer conflicting opinions. Men who understand this inner conflict can provide better support by respecting a woman's independence while also being emotionally present and reliable. Instead of assuming that she either wants to be fully self-sufficient or completely dependent, they can recognize that she is seeking balance. Encouraging her ambitions while also offering emotional support can help her feel secure in both her independence and her relationships. Understanding the complexities of a woman's emotions, needs, and struggles is key to building stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling relationships. Women are not defined by their weaknesses, but rather by their ability to navigate these challenges with resilience, love, and determination. Whether it's the fear of abandonment, the effects of hormonal fluctuations, the desire for validation, or the struggle between independence and dependence, these experiences are a part of what makes them deeply emotional and compassionate beings. For men, recognizing and empathizing with these struggles is not about fixing or changing a woman, but about offering patience, support, and reassurance. A successful relationship is built on understanding, communication, and mutual respect. When a man acknowledges these challenges and chooses to stand by her side without judgment or frustration, he creates an environment where love can thrive. Ultimately, every woman wants to feel valued, secure, and understood. The key is not to see these struggles as weaknesses, but as opportunities to strengthen the bond between two people. When both partners are willing to learn, grow, and support each other through life's challenges, they create a foundation of love that is not easily broken. True connection comes not from perfection, but from the willingness to accept and embrace each other fully.